In the heart of Suburbia, there lived a dog named Bingo. But this wasn't your ordinary pooch. He was a towering titan of the canine world, standing tall enough to give basketball players a complex. Tim, his owner, doted on him like a furry prince, dressing him in outfits that could rival a runway model's wardrobe. Short black pants, a golden brown shirt, and a big polka dot bow were some of the outfits Bingo wore. Now, Bingo wasn't just big. He had a personality to match. He strolled around like he owned the neighborhood with a strut that could make peacocks jealous. His tail wagged with such enthusiasm and excitement that it could power a wind turbine, and his bark was supposed to be legendary, except it wasn't. One sunny day, Tim and Bingo decided to grace the park with their majestic presence. As they strolled through the vibrant scenery, Bingo's eyes fell upon a fellow canine lounging amidst a patch of beautiful yellow flowers. But instead of a friendly greeting, Bingo sniffed disdainfully and turned his nose up in the air, clearly unimpressed by the floral ambience. Tim rolled his eyes and chuckled uncontrollably, as he knew his cute, caring, and lovely Bingo best. He knows how highly Bingo thinks of himself, as he has a loving owner who cares for him and is extremely kind. As their adventure continued, they encountered a family with a small dog whose bark resembled a crow's caw. Bingo attempted to respond in his louder voice, but to his horror, no sound emerged. His tail went from wagging to twitching in confusion. His ears perked up as if seeking divine intervention, and he gave the little dog a toothy grin that said, "You've silenced the wrong pooch, buddy." Tim, witnessing this debacle, couldn't help but shake his head in disbelief. He whisked Bingo away to the car, where he gently reassured his speechless companion, promising that everything would be all right. Determined to solve the mystery of Bingo's missing bark, Tim embarked on a quest for a remedy. Back at home, Tim pampered Bingo like royalty, bathing him in fragrant soaps and serenading him with songs. But still, no bark echoed from Bingo's mighty jaws. Even during their favourite pastime of playing catch, Bingo remained silent, leaving Tim perplexed and on the verge of tears. But Tim wasn't one to give up easily. With a backyard the size of a small kingdom, he devised a plan to reignite Bingo's voice. Armed with toys and treats, Tim engaged Bingo in playful antics, hoping to coax a bark out of his silent companion. Bingo chased after flying discs and leapt for birds with all the enthusiasm of a puppy. But alas, his voice remained elusive. Despite the lack of barking, Bingo revelled in the joy of companionship, finding solace in Tim's unwavering love and support. As they frolicked in their backyard kingdom, Tim realised that even without a bark, Bingo's presence brought laughter and happiness to their lives. One peaceful day, as Bingo rested under the mango tree, observing the other animals flapping their wings and pecking at their colourful feathers, some walking stealthily to eat others for food, others singing songs of all sounds and levels, whilst others just sat, waiting to be fed. A fat and stumpy brown dog came from behind the adjoining neighbour's wire fence and looked at Bingo, lying carelessly with outstretched legs and dreamy eyes. He growled at Bingo thrice, but Bingo paid him no mind apart from turning over on his tummy for him to realise that he was not dead, but was alive, ready to battle him in case there was a face-off. Time passed, and Bingo's bark was still gone. Tim decided to buy a dog speech pad for Bingo, as a friend advised him about this device. Takers Road Mall was not far away, so he bought one of the best talking pads. Reaching home, Tim unboxed the device and set it up. Bingo and Tim enjoyed communicating with each other using the talking pad. Bingo had become quite the expert at using the device and would often play tricks on Tim. One day, while Tim was working on his laptop, Bingo went to the pad and hit a few buttons. Suddenly, a human voice came out of the pad saying, "Hello, this is your bank. You have been selected for a free credit card with an unlimited spending limit." Tim was shocked and looked at Bingo in disbelief. "Bingo, did you just apply for a credit card using the talking pad?" he asked. Bingo wagged his tail happily as if he had just won a prize. Tim immediately called the bank to cancel the application, but they told him it was too late and the card had already been approved. The next day, Tim received a call from the bank again, this time with a human representative. "Mr. Tim, we are calling to verify the address you provided for the credit card delivery. Is it 123 Mango Tree Lane?" Tim was perplexed. "No, that's not my address. I think there has been a mistake." The bank representative apologized and cancelled the card. Tim turned to Bingo and shook his head. "Bingo, you can't just go around applying for credit cards without permission. You could have put us in a lot of trouble." Bingo looked at Tim innocently and pressed the button on the pad that said, "Sorry." Tim couldn't help but laugh at the sight of his furry friend using the talking pad to apologize. From that day on, Tim made sure to keep a closer eye on Bingo's use of the talking pad, but couldn't help but admire the cleverness and humour of his furry friend. So, armed with love, laughter, and a dash of determination, Tim and Bingo faced each day with boundless optimism, knowing that no matter the challenges they encountered, they would always have each other. And who needs a bark when you've got a heart as big as Bingo's?